improving it. But it just makes it worse every time. Yeah.
Well, welcome to MindBody Chair Yoga. I'm just going to go ahead and mute. And we will need a block today, and I'll see you on the mat. We're just moving the block over so it's not in the way. And we'll have to sit. Taking the knees nice and wide. Maybe stretching up the base, circling the wrists and the ankles a bit, squeezing and spreading the toes. Yeah, maybe a little watery movement. Whatever the body is kind of calling for, just so that we can then settle ourselves in this familiar position that signals to the body that this is the time for practice. So closing the eyes or gazing downward, turning the attention inward to the breath. Observing that expansion and contraction as a way to draw your attention down from the busy mind into the body. And not that a busy mind is negative or bad in any way. That is the tendency just of our mind. But just the invitation is to come into the body. Breathing in and out. And today I feel like the lesson that I need to learn today is to bring kindness to myself in when things are challenging. So I'll invite you guys to do the same, whether it's kindness or compassion or friendliness or just understanding, just letting yourself know that you've got your own back. And that, difficulties come and go. Just as our thoughts come and go, the breath, expanding and contracting the body. And just taking it easy on ourselves. This is the message I'd like to impart to you today. So let's just bring our hands up to the heart and just take a moment. And if there's anything that you can think of where you're like, yeah, I could maybe be a little easier on myself, just setting that intention. Or if there's another intention you'd like to make, go ahead. And we'll bring our hands up to heart center to initiate our practice with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Inhaling, opening the eyes, and exhale, release. So let's just start with some shoulder rolls. Nice and slow, forward and up. Back and down. Forward and up. Back and down. One more big rotation here. Great, let's take our right arm on top of the left arm, big breath in, lift the navel and hug in the ribs, no twisting, but drawing the arms over to the left so that we can feel that stretch at the shoulder, upper arm, scapula, maybe a little bit in the upper back, the rib cage. Bringing it back to center, switching the arms up, big breath in, exhale, leading with the fingertips that are on top generally. And again, kind of resisting that urge to twist with the movement. We are intentionally not twisting with this movement. Yeah, and come back to center. Let's just make some big backwards circles with the arm, stretch at the base. Get watery. Okay, arms out to the side. Internal, external rotation of the arms and shoulders. focusing on that rotation from the top of your shoulder all the way to the tips of your fingers. So checking that you're getting a bit of rotation in at the wrist. So it's upper arm, lower arm, wrist, and fingers. And then shake those out. Back to our I Dream of Jeannie, inhaling, reaching those arms up as high as you kind of can. Exhale, bringing it down, switching the arms, inhale. Exhale. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Switch, last one, inhale. And exhale, good. Fingertips touching, big breath in. Just bringing the fingertips to touch or bringing them closer to touch. Inhale, reach them up. And then focusing your attention on drawing one elbow up to the sky energetically, one elbow down to the earth energetically. So you're feeling that squeezing of the shoulder blade in towards the spine on the arm where the elbow is down. And then the arm where the elbow is up. We're feeling this great big stretch. All right. Release. Roll again. Okay, last one. Externally rotating both arms. Lift the chest, big breath in. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. So we're just isolating this to the upper back. We're not going to bring the pelvis into it just yet, just so we can really focus on opening the chest, then opening the scalp. And then releasing. Big breath in, drop the chin down towards the chest. Both shoulders are soft. Taking the head a little to the left, a little to the right. And I'm still just kind of so pleased that this has really been helping me, and I hope it's been helping you with any neck tension. Bring the chin down, inhale, lift the head, exhale, gaze over one side. Inhale back to center, gaze over to the other side. We'll repeat that. Inhale, grow tall, both shoulders soft. Inhaling, exhale. And then bringing the head back to center. Inhale, take your left ear to left shoulder. Now your right ear, shoulder, scrunch it up to the ear, and slowly on the exhale, draw it down with that intention of lengthening, not forcing. Inhale, scrunch it up. And exhale, release it down. And just notice how each time you bring the shoulder down, you can maybe get your ear a little bit closer to the opposite shoulder. Nice and easy, bring the head up. Watery movement. Inhaling, grow tall. Exhaling, ear to shoulder. So notice your distance before we begin. So inhaling, a little scrunchy. Exhale, release and lengthen. Inhale, scrunched up. Exhale, release. Inhale. And as I bring the shoulder down, I bring my ear a little closer. Inhale, lift that head. And roll it out. Okay, we're going to lift the heels. Just come into our pelvic rocking. Stretch up the face. Let's focus again on the low back. So that tucking of the tail. See if you can tuck it a little bit further. Draw the navel in, getting a nice stretch in the low back. And then we'll drop the heels. Let's come into just kind of like our regular cat-cow. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale. And inhale. Now we're going to take our fingertips and turn the palms up and do our cat-cow again. Cat-cow. Exhale. And then inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Tuck the tail. Lift the tail. And we're just putting our arms in a different position and just noticing, oh, okay, when I put my arms like this, and I do a cat cow, I really notice, maybe it's the side ribs, maybe it's something else. We all hold tension differently. That's why we need to explore these stretches differently. Okay, inhaling, grow tall. Exhaling, pushing the palms up and leaning over to the side. Inhaling up. And we'll go over to the other side. So we're gonna go back and forth here. So making sure that you're pressing down opposite hip. All right, big breath in, grow tall, exhale, turning to the left, inhale back to center, exhale, turning to the right, inhale back to center. First side, inhale back to center, second side, inhale, release. Roll up the shoulders in case any tension built up there. And believe it or not, like I feel like a little, almost like some cardio from that by having the arms up overhead for so long and holding the arms up like that. Okay. Turn our fingers in, grow tall, inhale, exhale, dip the shoulder. And let's stay on this side, lift and dip. And create a bit of resistance between your hand and thigh of the shoulder that you're dipping. And then we'll switch over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Now roll the shoulders again and just see if you notice any difference from our first shoulder. All right, we'll bring the feet together. Come to stand, move your chair over. And we're going to do like kind of a goddess squat plus a forward fold. So a little bit different than how we usually do our goddess squats, because I want to reach up, really like you're scooping up all this air. Exhale, sink into our goddess squat, but let's bring our hands to the heart. Inhale up. Now this time, we're going to take our hands to the thighs and fold forward, draw the sit bones up to the sky. Inhale up. Goddess, so expansion in the legs as we sink down. Inhale up. Forward fold, lift the sit bones up. Inhale. So just flowing at your own pace between these two shapes, kind of exploring the different way that we're stretching the legs. And then really focusing in on big breaths in, big breaths out. As we gently warm up the legs. So we'll do this as our last goddess. And now the last forward fold. Bring those toes together. And then we'll come to the back of the chair, choosing to take your hands to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Choice is yours. Reach your arms forward. Stretch out the face, rock from side to side at the shoulders. Then pedal the knees forward and back, pedal the pelvis forward and back. All right, here we go. Inhale, right foot forward, bend the knee over the ankle, one or both arms up to the sky, press into that back heel, lift the back thigh, exhale, step back. Inhaling, left foot forward. Loading your arms up, hugging the ribs. Exhale, take the hands down and step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, step back. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, step back. Inhale, right foot forward. Keep both feet the same. So we're gonna stick with warrior one. So that means both hips are pointed forward. Usually we kind of go into warrior two at this point, but we're gonna stay in warrior one. Heel is down. Squeeze the thighs together. Bend the knee over the ankle and lift the navel. Now you're gonna reach both arms up like on an angle. And we're gonna do a little bow and arrow action. So with the right hand, so imagine you've got a bow in your left hand. With the right hand, draw your elbow down and you kind of do a little twist to the right toward your bent knee. Inhale, reach the arm up, and then exhale, a little mini twist here. Getting in the mid back. Yeah. Pressing into that back heel and lifting that back thigh. All right, inhale, reach those arms up, and exhale, take them down. Lift the heel, hop it back a few times so that we can sink the hips down and come into bent knee over ankle. So we're gonna come into like a low lunge. Squeeze the energy of the legs together, press into the back heel. Hold it here, breathing in, breathing out. Keep your left hand on the chair. And we're gonna inhale. Exhale, take your right hand, twisting at the waist and turning toward your right leg. Inhale, take the hand back. And exhale, twist. And inhale, back. Now, if your chair is the other direction, your hand is just on the seat of the chair, and you can do the same movement. Okay, one is not better than the other, it's just where you are today, okay? So twisting toward the bent leg. This will be the last one. A lot of energy in the legs. And then bringing the hands down. Straighten that front leg, press that back heel down, and we'll teeter-totter our little calf stretch. Front toe lifts, back heel lifts. Okay, pop that back foot forward a little bit and we can come back into our forward fold. Breathing in and out, can bend the knees, you can sway the hips, sway the shoulders, up to you. All right, inhaling, we're going to take our left leg forward and we're going to stick with our warrior one shape, arms up to the sky, hips are forward. This time, inhaling. Exhaling, drawing the left elbow down as we twist and turn toward the bent knee. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist and turn at the bent knee. So we're trying to get twists, little mini twists all along the spine today. So lift that back thigh, press into the back heel, lift the navel. This will be the last one. A little bow and arrow action. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands down. Lift that back foot and hop it back 2 or 3 times, whatever it takes to come into a lunge so that you feel comfortable enough to squeeze those thighs together. Placing your right hand on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Left hand, inhale, and then exhale, turning your heart up towards the sky, opening your arm, and then coming and bringing it back down on the inhale. Exhale, squeeze those thighs, feeling that twist mid-back, possibly waist. And just a few more times. Great, taking the hands down, draw that back heel down as you lift the front toes up. And here we go, back and forth. Nice long spine, try not to round the back in any way. Great, okay, we're gonna just hop that foot forward a little bit, step back into our forward fold, bend the knees. Pedal, wiggle, sway, you do you. And then we're gonna walk our feet to the chair. Turning it so that you can take your hands to the back of the chair. So focusing in on the strength of our feet here, rising up, inhale. Really lift those heels, feel that stretch in the foot. Exhaling, lower the hips down by bending the knees and really draw the navel up. Pausing when you meet resistance, then draw the heels down, get those Achilles in a nice little stretch, rise up, wrap the muscles around the bones, and repeating. Really easy to kind of fall into the pattern of like going through the motions, because this is such a familiar exercise. So I'm inviting you, now let's change direction, to really pay attention to those sensations as you move from one shape to the other shape, to the next, and the next. So following the sensation, possibly noticing that effort, maybe some release, maybe some new information about the body, and then exhale, release. Great. Okay, you can keep your chair as is, and we'll still be about arm's distance away, and we're going to sink back into our chair. Toes are pointed forward, gentle tuck of the tailbone. It's just a half tuck, just enough until you feel like, oh yeah, these muscles are working. We're going to take our arms forward so that they're parallel with the floor, and just open and close the hands. Stretch out the face. Squeeze and spread, so make that really active. Then circle in one direction. Keep the energy of the legs drawn toward each other, circle in the other direction. Make a little fist with your hands and nod. Now flicky, flicky. Flicky, flicky in our chair, moving the arms all around. Good, hands up the heart, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna take our left foot and step it back into warrior two. Okay. So sinking into our warrior two, lift the arches of the feet, lift the thighs, lift the navel, lift the heart. Externally rotate the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, exhale, bring the backs of the hands together as you round the back, tuck the chin. So our little mini cat-cow, just like we do in our warm-ups, but with our solid warrior two legs. So really feel the legs solid as you're moving through this little upper back action. And we'll come back to our warrior. Take your right hand down, lift your left arm up, exalted warrior. Press into the front foot, lean back slightly. Inhale, bend the knee. Take your forearm above your knee and reach your other arm up and over the head. Now turn your heart up towards the sky. Lift the arches of your feet. Sink into the lunge. Okay, now we're gonna flow. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Okay, straighten both legs and take your hand either to the back of the chair, or you can move the chair a little closer and take your hand to the seat of the chair. Lean over to your left side and turn your heart up towards the sky. Reach your arm up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Lift the arches of the feet, lift your kneecaps. Now, that front leg, spiral the thigh outward. Back leg, spiral it inward, triangle pose. See if you can get long along the lower part of your torso and the upper part of the torso. Holding on to our triangle pose here. Getting really long. Now I like to take my arm that's in the sky and just reach it over for a nice little long body stretch here along the side. And then we'll bend that front knee and we'll rise up. Turn your toes to the front. Here's where you will need the block. All right. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, we come into our forward fold table. Take your left hand to the block, so the hand that's closest to the chair. And we'll take the opposite hand, okay? And inhale, exhale, turn it up to the sky as you turn your heart to one side of the room. Inhale, bring it back, and we're gonna do the same side. Exhale, open up. So really feeling this twist at the waist. So working our way down the spine, trying to get into all the different parts of the spine here. Okay, we're gonna bring the hands back down. Bend the knees, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring the feet together. So we'll just move that. Now, holding on to the back of the chair. Point your toe out to the side, bring your arm up to the sky. We're gonna do a little crunch. So we spent a lot of time opening up the side. Now we're gonna strengthen. Big breath in, grow tall, exhale. Elbow toward knee. They don't have to touch. Just working in that direction, feeling that side body, do the crunch. And if you wanna add balance to it, you can hover the hand and really lift the navel up. And for fun times, we'll lift and hold, breathe, and release. Good, take this leg, cross it over the other, inhale, grow tall, exhale, lean over to the side. And I kind of like to sway, like a little mini sway. Inhale up, exhale, release. So let's do all that on the other side. So turning to face the back of the chair. We're gonna come into our, what are these called? Chair legs, yep. Energetically drawing the legs together, lift the arches of the feet and that half, see that half tuck of the tailbone. Great, bring our forearms together, elbows touching, squeeze the forearms together. So it feels almost like a preparation for eagle pose, but we're not doing that. And then we're gonna lift the fingertips up, maybe a little back bend, and exhale, elbows in a little mini forward fold. So just a little exploration. Hanging out in our chair legs, keeping those arches lifted. Just moving the spine in this back and forth direction. Nice and easy. We're going to step your foot back, coming into warrior on the opposite side. So arms out to the side, lift the arches. So just make sure you are doing the opposite side. Reaching out. So it should be the right foot back. Okay. Lifting the arches, lift the kneecaps, lift the thighs, lift the navel and the heart, shoulders soft. Externally rotating palms up, internally rotating little mini cat-cow here. All right, upper back movement, spinal movement. And release. Now exalted pose, leaning back. And then over to the other side. Oh, I forgot to do that extension. Okay, let's go back to exalted pose, leaning back. Push into that front foot, lean back slightly. And then we can flow between those two shapes. Extended side angle, and exalted. And we're actually keeping the knee bent here, so the legs stay as is. Okay. Moving on to triangle pose, we're going to take your hand to the chair and straighten that front leg. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, kind of fold to the side, and your hand can be at the top of the chair or at the seat of the chair. Either way, turning your heart up towards the sky. So you're feeling that little twist at the waist. Reach your arm up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Now, take your attention to the legs. Lift the arches, lift the kneecaps. Front leg spirals out. Back leg spirals in. And now we can take this top arm and we can reach it over, exploring whatever movement feels good to help you feel lengthening along the side body, top and bottom of the torso. Okay, reach the arm up, bend that front knee. We're gonna rise up and exhale, release. Turn those toes to the front. So I gotta go grab that block. Inhale, grow tall, toes are pointed forward. Exhale, forward fold, tabletop back. We're gonna take your hand under the face, the opposite side. And your arm that's farther away from the chair, we're gonna bring it down. And we're gonna inhale, exhale, open the chest, turning it towards the opposite side of the room. So inhaling down. And exhale, turning your heart to the opposite side of the room. Inhaling down. Exhale, twisting. So feeling that twist about mid to low part of the spine. Okay. Both hands are on the block. You're going to bend your knees. Take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring the feet together. It's a block out of the way. So we're going to do our final side crunch here. So pointing your toe out to the side and reaching your arm up to the sky. Lift the navel, inhaling. Exhaling, crunching to the side. Inhale, reach. And crunch to the side. And again, if you want to make this a little more about balance, you can hover your other hand. That forces you to bring more stability, energy, and effort into the foot and the ankle of the standing leg. And then this next one, we'll explore strength, stability, balance by just holding. You can take your arms anywhere, breathing in, but you've got this kind of like crunch at the side. So it's a little weird. And then exhale, release. Let's take that outer foot, cross it, grow tall, inhale, reach up, and exhale. Over to the other side, turn your heart up. And then if you want to sway, you can sway forward and back. A little bit at the hip, whatever feels best. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. Good. Over to the other side. I'm going to take a sip of water. Staying hydrated. Okay. So a little more balance work. So we're on the right side of the chair. We're going to take the right foot, so the outer foot, and cross it, squeeze those thigh, or no, not cross. Take it so that you're on a tightrope. Now, pivot one toe out to the side, the other toe out to the side, and we'll come into our curtsy. So lift the arches of the feet and start pushing your front heel forward, your back heel back. Lean back if your glute's not engaged, make sure it's charged up, and then make it 50-50 between the feet. Okay, Now arms out to the side, we're gonna do a little internal external movement. So bringing attention to the upper body and the lower body at the same time. And if that's like not working for you, you can just hold infinity arms and focus on the legs. But already my heart rate is starting to go up from this active leg action. And now I'm going to release. Turn your front toes forward and come back on that tightrope walk. Okay, so normally when we practice this balance, we have arms, maybe moving arms, looking forward, finding a point for that's not moving. But today we're going to change up our perspective. So bringing the hands to heart center. And we've done this one before where we open our hands like a book. And then we bring the backs of the hands together and point the fingers toward the face. Turning, so we get a nice little stretch of the wrist, bring the fingers down. And then the palms are facing away. And then we're just going to do that a few times because it takes a lot of attention to notice the sensations, like really focusing in on the hands, each individual finger touching each other, turning. And that's definitely 30 seconds and release. So that's bringing the attention right up close to the face and asking the body to stay balanced. Okay, so it's just a different, just playing with perspective there. The other side. So we're going to take that outer foot, step it in front of the back foot, and then point the toes out. So we're curtsying on the other side. So really lift the navel, lift the arches of the feet, start pressing that front foot forward, back foot back, like you're going to rip that hole in the middle of your mat. Right now, your thighs should be like hard. Poke them. Make sure they're hard. Make sure they're working. That back glute, make sure it's working. Poke it too. Okay, now lift the navel. Just do an easier one. One arm up, and we'll do our little I Dream Genie. Switching. Keep moving those legs away from each other. With that navel, it's the last one. I'm feeling it too. And release. Toes point forward, and we're on the cross country, the tightrope. Grow tall. Bring your hands up to the heart. Now we do the opposite direction, turning and opening the book backwards and turning the fingers the opposite direction. So if you're having any issues with balance, you can always just kind of imagine the two hands doing it together. And the next time you bring the palms of your hands together, we'll just hold and then release. Good work. Very important balance work. And we'll move the chair out of the way. So we'll come down onto the floor. If you want to take a sip of water, go ahead. Reaching those arms forward, tucking the chin, scrolling down one vertebrae at a time, or coming down onto your side and then rolling over onto your back. The choice is yours. Let's tuck the chin a bit. Stretch out the face, hug in the knees. So for me today, this hugging in the knee action is really opening up nicely my low back slightly. That might be something different for you. Let's take one hand on each knee and we'll circle outward and then around back in. outward. And around back in. One more time. In this direction. And then change the direction, outward and around. Outward and around. And out. And around. Tuck the chin, take those knees over the hips. Take the shins so that they're parallel and flex the feet. Draw the low back down into the floor, stop sign hands at the knees. Press your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands a lot. So immediately my body starts shaking because I'm really pushing. Hugging in at the ribs, drawing that navel down. And then release. Feet come down, arms at your side, palms facing up like in surrender. And let's just windshield wiper the legs. Slowly, back and forth, with intention. All right, returning to our dead bug shape, draw the navel down, hands at the knees, shins parallel, flex the feet. Pressing into both hands, both knees, but this time, right side, we're gonna release the arm and the leg in the opposite direction, bring it back in to tap, and then push it away again. So pushing knee into hand into knee. And I can tell you right now, my biggest challenge is keeping the low back down towards the floor. It's the last one. All right, hug in the knees, rock from side to side. Happy baby, feet up, knees out. You know the drill. Stretch out the face, rock from side to side. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees away from each other. Get a nice little adductor stretch here. Okay, final dead bug. Hands at the knees, shins parallel, flex the feet, draw the navel down, tuck the chin. Start pressing. Hands into knees, knees into hands, and then left limbs extending, reaching, tapping. And once again, my biggest challenge is drawing the lower abdominals down. Might be different for you. As I maintain that connection, that resistance between right hand and right knee. One more. Hug those knees. Rock from side to side. Happy baby. Cobbler. Happy baby. Maybe extend the legs all the way up to the sky. Cobbler. Just a little flow. Last one. Bring those feet together, arms at your sides, tuck the shoulder blades under, extend the legs forward, bring them back in. Extend them forward to our little froggy push. Keep tucking that chin slightly, still hugging in the abdominals. Bring those feet down. Okay, arms to the side. Let's drop your knees to the right, look left. So this might be perfect full spinal twist for you, but if you want to explore a little bit deeper, you can take your left foot a little bit closer to the right foot. And then you can take the right foot and hook it on top of the left knee. Now, right shoulder lifted up to draw the left shoulder down and gaze further to the left. So now we're really feeling that twist from the tip of the tailbone, waist, mid-back, shoulders, neck. Lots of twisting today. I'm hoping you're gonna walk away feeling so nice, like really open through the back. Breathing in and out. Let's really breathe into the left rib cage. And out. And we're gonna release your foot down. Inhale your knees up to center. Realign the spine. And just pause for a minute before we come into the other side. Just let the spine be neutral, see what you notice. And then take your legs to the left, look to the right. And again, this might be perfect for you today, breathing into the right rib cage, or just kind of walk your right foot a little bit closer to the left foot. And then take the left foot, hook it on top of the right knee. Reach the arms out to the sides and lift your left shoulder up as you drop your right shoulder down, gazing further to the right. Exploring this full body twist. Breathing deeply into the right rib cage. Something so satisfying as a stretch from the inside out. And then nice and easy, turning the head to center, releasing the foot if it's on the knee, taking your knees back up, coming into a neutral spine. Hugging the knee, take your forehead to the knee, so we're stretching out the back along the spine. And then inhale, reach your limbs away, exhale, hug them in. Squeeze your knees in as much as you can, inhale, expand. Exhale, contract, last one. And as you inhale, coming into your preferred shape for Shavasana, listening to the body, how it wants to be at rest, either with legs extended or with knees bent. Turning the attention inward toward the breath and body. Observing the breath once again, the sensations of breath. As if you've never noticed the breath before, getting curious about this movement, about the sensation. And then we'll take one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. And coming back to our kind of energetic focus today of bringing kindness to yourself, friendliness, compassion, or whatever your, focus was, your dedication. And then finding a mantra to support this. And so my mantra today is going to be, I am enough. But yours could really reflect what you're feeling, maybe finding that phrase that you wish someone else would say to you today like, you are so strong. Or you are so kind. And then changing it around and saying like, I am so strong. I am so kind. So picking that mantra for yourself and then just allowing the body to breathe itself. Allowing one breath in to say the mantra, one breath out to say it again. And if you notice your attention has shifted to some story, that's pretty normal. Bringing the attention back to breath and body with kindness, friendliness. Coming back to the mantra if it's still serving you. Allowing this to be a really personalized shavasana, just for you. And then you can bring your arms at your side. Maybe stretch out the face, open and close the hands. Squeeze and spread the toes. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll do that one more time. Taking in what you need. Releasing what you do not. Bend the knees and draw the legs up to the sky, and we'll take the arms up to the sky too. Let's just circle the wrists and the ankles one way. Stretch up the face. And then the other direction. Open the hands, spread the toes, squeeze the hands, squeeze the toes. Slow motion, really coming into that full expression. And then make a little fist with your hands, point the toes, nod at the wrists, point the toes, stretch out the front of the ankles, stretching out the front of the wrists. Giving the limbs a little shake. Stretch out the face. Release back down. And then really taking your time to roll over to one side and pausing here. Soaking up the goodness, all the good feels. And then taking your time to rise up. Choosing to stay seated on the floor in whatever position seems or is supportive to you. You can also come back to the comfort of the chair. Allow the spine to be tall, lift the navel. Allowing the body to adjust. Observing the breath in this upright position. Shoulders soft. Face is soft. Belly is soft. The spine is tall and strong, supporting you. And I'll invite you to bring your hands right over your heart center. Taking this opportunity to thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way. Setting aside this time to know your body better, know your mind better, and just to, practice. It's a practice, honoring that time and energy. I'll invite you to bring your hands up to heart center where we'll seal in our practice with a unifying Om. So we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Healthy practice. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.